Alrighty. Hello and welcome everybody watching right now. Later on, it is a little bit later than I usually like to start, so of course you might be sleeping, doing whatever. Hopefully you had a good Sunday. I do have tomorrow off, which is quite nice. Any of you in Canada, I think, or at least Ontario, you have the night off. That's fantastic stuff. But tonight, as the thumbnail and the title suggests, maximum Lifegain hate. I faced Selesnya Angels twice last night, and that was not a fun thing at all. Painful. Pain and suffering. Cut, how's it going? Yes. Long time no see. It's going pretty fantastic, and I definitely like this aggressive focus list with Giant Cindermaw and Rampaging Ferocidon. A playset of both of those. They cost the same, pretty reasonable, respectable bodies, along with the cost reduction. Of course, maybe casting both of them for a single red if, you know, we've got a mixture of Huntmaster and Marauding Raptor. That would be lovely. But you got to expect we should pretty much almost never be caught out by Angels. Of course, I might not see a copy of Cindermaw or Ferocidon to start, and I might not see them early enough, but you would hope and assume with 8 copies of a thing that stops life gain, that would probably do the trick most often. Yes, Heaven, I have tried that new Itali yet. I could probably jam it in here tonight if I wanted. But there was one night, probably about 2 weeks ago, I want to say. Yeah. Realm Walker is nice, and I was about to get to that. So with this very aggressive, much lower curve list here, you can see there's 12 things for 2, 3 things, or 12 things for 3. Yeah, it's a lot lower. There's the big scary dinos of Tyrannix Rex and Carnage Tyrant in the sideboard. So because everything is cheap, there's a good chance I could play multiple things off the top. So that's my inspiration for Realm Walker here. There's certainly enough dinos that I should still get to do it. But I just wanted something that was also cheap, will be good for card advantage, playing multiple things. I don't have to worry about them discarding my stuff if I'm only playing it off the top. You can't really get rid of that, which is quite fantastic. But just barf a bunch of things is pretty much. Hey, Alan, how's it going? Yes. Yes. Fantastic stuff, and thank you for subscribing. Memberships, if you haven't checked it out already, buy me a coffee /Arfie Games. I'll post the link in the description as always. But yeah, it's good to take this step. Make a little bit, get there, and do this in the morning so more of you guys can catch it. But because there's lots of little things, we'll get back to that. Lots of bodies. I want to try out this tonight. Oh, happy Sunday. Yes, yes. It doesn't look like it would be so good, but think about it. Mono green devotion, anything where I don't want to attack or the opponent doesn't want to attack. Rakdos, midrange, shield druid, and a bunch of things. They don't want to leave themselves too open because I have a lot of power, but I don't want to attack because they've got death touch, and I would leave myself open as well. So we're kind of waiting, sitting back, and then boom, I hit them with Magmatic Chasm, and all my creatures just get to connect, likely for a lethal swing at that point. But you can think versus mono green devotion, mono white humans, whatever it is, as long as you get them low enough, you stall a little bit, build up a few more bodies, and boom, dead. Magmatic Chasm. Fantastic. I think it could be pretty decent. Worth a try at least. I mean, sometimes I'm not busting through. Speaking of busting through.
Oh man, tough stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I may not need to press that a whole lot because I will just fly right past it, kind of like a ghost. We go right through the wall of bodies that some opponents may have tonight. 2 mono red aggro, both very good. Yes, Pterosaurus, I have that. Oh, what's buy me a coffee? Okay. I'll post the link for you guys. I have it up. 1 second. Okie dokie. Right there, for anybody that doesn't know, the new way, the platform that I've decided how to start monetizing things. Very fantastic stuff. I can offer merchandise through this, guides, behind the scenes things, which I've put up 2 pictures so far. Alan, you checked that out, 5 ways as well. Thanks for that. Yeah, it's just partly because I work with coffee. Yes, I was thinking, what is the best, what seems simple, what looks the best, just the design and overall of it. Yes, Dino hoodies, Heaven, I know you want hoodies, so this could be an easy way to do that. But yeah, when I saw Buy Me a Coffee, I love coffee and I work with coffee, so that as well seemed like a natural fit for doing this important part. Okay. Yeah, I might increase it level 2, level 3, something like that. However, I have just a level 1 so far. Don't have to subscribe. Of course, you can do a little bit here, a little bit there. But if it helps you remember, you might choose to become a member, see some behind the scenes things and other little bits, of course, as I start to populate that. Members only streams. Once I get a bunch more of you guys, only members, and then maybe 1 week after, people get to watch it, or 2 weeks or something like that. There is lots of potential, but definitely lots of potential with this list, I must say. We'll get back to that. It's pretty simple. The things for 2, Marauding, Huntmaster, and Thunderherd Migration, the package of ramp and acceleration that I have been loving. Rampaging Raptor, I mean, this is an aggro list, of course. Pterosaurus, you've been having some good times with this. Oh, for Twitch addiction. Yeah, I don't know, I've just always loved YouTube. I was thinking about Twitch, but I felt like YouTube was better connection-wise, and I want to post all kinds of different videos, and Twitch is not really the best for that. This, I can do some short-form things, long-form, live streams, whatever it is. It definitely felt better all those years ago when I decided to start doing this. But yeah, this has haste. Huntmaster gives other things haste, Marauding, or Rampaging Ferocidon. Menace. Maybe they have only a few creatures, so we get through a bunch of damage with this. We chip away whenever a creature enters the battlefields. Maybe elves or goblins is something we face, and we work them down as well. Shifting too, lovely stuff. Could have haste and Galta, 2 copies. Maybe. I was thinking about increasing it to 3 just because I feel a pretty good potential to get enough total power with all the smaller bodies. I could reasonably see her, I think. But, however, Secluded Courtyard. Yes, Secluded Courtyard. Because there is the potential for maximum reduction on Giant Cindermaw and Rampaging Ferocidon. You got to keep in mind, maybe I'll only be able to pay red for this. In the past, I wasn't using these, and often not Rampaging Raptor, so I didn't have to worry too much about having red sources. That's what I'd often use, 1 mountain, and that's about it. But Secluded Courtyard is definitely going to help with the consistency. Tapping for a man of any color for a dino, and I think we'll definitely need it quite a bit. I don't want to get caught off guard. Oh, excuse me. These 4 Secluded Courtyards might have been, a couple forests, something like that, but it's going to be good. It's a dual land, effectively, that enters the battlefield untapped, which is quite fantastic. Oh, Kumano. I'm going to have to try Kumano, yes. We'll keep it in mind. Maybe I'll try it a little bit later tonight after the matches happen. But back to nature, that is, well, it's still in. I figure I'm going to face 5-color Enigmatic Incarnation, whatchamacallit decks, the 4 Carnage Tyrant and 4 T-Rex. Maybe that's overkill. Maybe I'll just get the job done with all this aggression I have, and perhaps I could switch Tyrannosaurus Rex out for a Sweeper, A single target interaction with a fighting spell, something like that. And then, yeah, that magmatic chasm. Hopefully that comes into effect tonight. It would be pretty nice to steal some wins away from Mono Green and watch them just tremble helplessly. They can't do anything. Doesn't matter if they have 4 Cavalier of Thorns, a bunch of old growth trolls, love-struck beasts. They're dead. Good stuff. Yes, yeah. Yeah, definitely the sources of red. But if your thing that needs sources of red is a dino, of course, we are spoiled. At least with secluded or unclaimed territory if you really want to increase the consistency. The kind of worse secluded courtyard. Did I say we jump into things right here? I almost forgot I did prepare a match I had last night on my phone against Mono White Aggro. So I'll go over it live commentary. I was going to do a separate standalone match, but I decided, yeah, let's do this again. It looks a little bit different just because the aspect ratio on my phone is, well, it's a little bit wonky. But that is what you're seeing. Last night it was, I gotta whip up this aggressive Lifegain 8 list. Let's do it. Certainly felt a little bit worried starting off with that. Nothing for 2. Would have been nice for acceleration, and then seeing the hopeful initiate to start. Guess I could probably move this up a little bit so you can see more of the action. Oh boy. Yeah, and Thalia's Lieutenant. I figured it was pretty much all over at this point. They had a lovely opening, especially with the Lieutenant. Although they only put an extra counter because they only had one other human. And just getting a nice 3-3 there with the giant Cindermaw is pretty fantastic. I wanted to get it first instead of Rampaging Ferocidon just so I wouldn't take a little bit of damage that I didn't need to. Possibly Rampaging could have pinged them if I played it first, and well, they would have taken 2 damage here, but then I also would have been dealt damage this following turn if I instead played the giant Cindermaw afterwards. Thought it was a little bit too risky. Felt pretty good though, taking out Thalia's Lieutenant. That was going to get out of control too much. There could be a good chance they play 2 humans the next turn. It gets to a 5-5, something like that. Whenever a human enters the battlefield, they put a 1-1 counter. Yeah, a 1-1 counter on it. Yes, it definitely is. Yeah, no glitch, no glitch. And it's actually pretty cool, just because I'm not playing the actual game here. I usually can't see the chat on the screen as it comes through. I'm looking on my phone, but I just realized that's where I can look straight at my monitor. But yeah, this was just lovely stuff. I was hoping we would get to Galta. A little bit worried still at 12, but I mean, 2 for 12-12 trample haste. It's quite fantastic. Oh, I love it. And I was thinking, I could attack with Rampaging, but that didn't make a whole lot of sense. I would have been left a little bit too open. I want 2 bodies. Maybe I can save myself. Maybe they do brave the elements, potentially choosing red or green, and I'm only left with 1 blocker because of that. Brutal Cathar as well is, well, it's brutal. Down to 3 though, so you can see Rampaging Ferocidon really is putting in the work. Adeline, whenever they attack, they make a human, which that enters. Rampaging pings, gonna take them down to 2. But still, a 6-4, a 2-1, 2-1-2s, a 3-4, and we're at 10. I mean, it's not so bad. All good stuff. Of course, having shifting Ceratops, potentially blocking with Adeline there. I had to take out a few things at least, so if I was going to block something, I'm going to kill something. Going pretty low though. Yikes. With just a mountain in hand, it was rough. However, it just got better. Boom. Top decking this was like, oh, we're done for. Oh, change the yeah, I can change the placement. Huh. Yeah, I guess that'd be a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah, just a lovely mobile game. I just love the fact that I can play on my computer and on mobile like I did. Yeah, it is pretty nice. I can drag it around. And I could just commentate it like this. It saves me a lot of time. Features a fantastic match that I had. Oh, I see. Yeah, but going back to winning there, that was quite fantastic with Galta. This felt very nice, though. Of course, starting off with a turn 2 play of Marauding Raptor. Realm Walker, Rampaging Ferocidon. Certainly I'm not blocking Thalia there. Got to maintain Marauding. Was wondering, what would I do? Wanted to set up with Realm Walker, just because there is lots of cheap dinos, and Realm Walker really could go off. Either way, I would get to Galt next turn, as long as I play Rampaging Ferocidon, I believe. Seemed like that would be the case. I was a little bit worried about black removal, though, I must say. Being Orzhov Humans, it's not actually mono-white. They splashed the black for a couple things, not a whole lot. Painful Thunderherd migration, but you can see right here, look what was on top. Marauding Raptor gets Galta. It was about to tap that secluded courtyard, and I wouldn't have been left with 2 green. I would have had a sheltered thicket and a mountain, and I couldn't have played Galta if I didn't realize that. Well, I guess I still could have played Lamb. Either way, that was lovely. Boom. We're getting them. What's going to happen? Of course I know, but it's still a very good position. Ooh, dire tactics. That is pretty fantastic for humans. Exiling target attacking creature. They would lose life if they didn't control a human. I'm pretty sure. This definitely was getting scary indeed. Yes. Realm Walker is showing what's on top of the deck. It's going well, Nox. Hopefully all is well with you. You see what's on top, whether it's a land or a creature or something you can play. It's pretty nice to have that information. It could maybe help determine what might be the best play if you've got a specific feature coming up. Maybe you'll do something a little bit differently to set up, perhaps. I felt like, oof, I could attack him with everything, but of course I would be dead. I wanted to make use of Marauding Raptor there temporarily being at the 6 power. I thought, oh, I can risk it. Get a good chunk of damage in. Yeah. But I must say, it is nice watching the chat right in front of me. I don't have to look down all the time. I'll get a secondary monitor at some point. Maybe tomorrow that's what I'll work on. Do a little behind the scenes second screen setup. I do have a pretty good one in the basement, but I just couldn't quite figure out how to connect them. I might not have had the right cord. I figured I was dead at this point. I had to do a lot of calculations. I was thinking.
It's a trap!
How can I get myself out of this sticky situation? I should have a math meme. Something to do with equations that float across the screen, and whenever I'm got my back against a wall. Rough stuff. What can I block that I can kill? Of course, the Alias Lieutenant also has to be blocked, and, well, yeah, can't take out anything, unfortunately. They're all too small. Math is sometimes for dinos. So I can take 3, I'll go down to 1, a last-ditch effort. And there you go. Shifting Ceratops. Took me quite a bit to figure that out. But boom. You guys may have seen it coming up a little bit, but during it I was like, oh, what can happen? They had 1 left. Haste. Done. Can also give it trample. At only one thing needs to connect. Lights out. Man, stunning. Oof. Fantastic stuff right there. Okay, alright. Now into the real action. Yeah, man. I'm glad I went through the math. I could have just easily conceded, figuring, oh, I'm definitely dead. I just paused for a second. I took a quick look. Can I live? Add up all the stuff, what I can block, and shifting the All-Star Heaven. Yes, 100%. That's where it's at. You have a bunch of lands, haste, trample, right from the get-go, and yes, that was a very nice comeback. I'm surprised I didn't lose a single game, I must say. Usually if I beat Mono-White Humans or Orzhov, I'll lose once, just because they are so aggressive and explosive, especially with all the 1/1 counters. They do grow out of control pretty quick. That's for sure. Oh, there we go. I was thinking it was going to be that glitch where it takes a minute or two to find your opponent and then it just says draw right at the beginning. Oh, we're getting spoiled. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is the way to start. Jengatha? Enchantments. Something. Ramp. Hard to say, we'll see. Transmogrify? With... I don't know. Yeah, your guys' bet is as good as mine. However, Huntmaster for 2, Thunderherd. You know what? I'm going to go with Thunderherd Migration. Going to reveal the good old Realm Walker. I'll be at 4 lands next turn. Then I can go Huntmaster Realm Walker or Huntmaster, something like that. And just hopefully we survive whatever it is they have going on. It could be Ancient Imperiosaur. That's, yeah, that definitely might happen. I'm going to set up with both Huntmasters just to get the maximum cost reduction. I like that. Possibly could have gone Huntmaster on turn 2 instead. The second Huntmaster for 2 on turn 3, and then with the third land, play the Realm Walker for a single green. But I just wanted to play it safe with the lands. Get there. And we could barf a whole lot coming up. Especially with Realm Walker being a single green. Let's hope that happens. Hope for a Galta. Oh, yeah, we're doing that. Beautiful. And rampaging to boot. I love it. I'm just going to hit them with everything. And hope we're not dead next turn. Hopefully they don't have this big explosive thing it seems that they're building up to. They got to be building up to something. Perhaps Rampaging Ferocidon helps chip away. Hopefully it's something that's a dino underneath the Castle Garenbrig that we got here. Even if it isn't, Regis or Alpha is going to be pretty nice. Something big. Just Jane Gasso? Well, so you can see already, Rampaging Ferocidon is... Oh, there is the Marauding Raptor. There is the Rampaging Raptor. I can play all this stuff. Oh boy, oh boy. Let me think. Yes, Rampaging Raptor for 2 off the top. Regis or Alpha for 2, and this is the way to start. Oh, you couldn't ask for a better start to a night. Oh boy, oh boy. Dead, 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 dead. Oh, whew. Boom. You know what it calls for. What a play, 5 waves. It's you guys have seen very painful nights. I still stay positive, but some nights I lose all the time. Stuff just doesn't happen. But it's nice to highlight Realmwalker. Lots of cheap little dinos. Even with 4 or 5 mana, you know, if Realmwalker is out and the cost reduction is out, you could be playing a bunch of stuff. This for 2 off the top, you're a turn ahead. A turn ahead, maybe you play 2 things off the top here. 2 turns ahead and a bunch of bodies. Yes, the opponent doesn't always say they're impressed, but it was nice to see. Oh, that was a crazy match. That was the first game of the first actual match, and it was live. Again, live makes it all that much better, I must say. I don't have to try for an hour to get a good example for the day's video, which I definitely like about doing things this way. Man, crazy. This works too, you know. Of course, everything is low well, sometimes stuff is high, but lots of cheap things. Castle Garenbig, of course, has to be first. I don't have a forest. I want to make sure I can go Thunderherd Migration on turn 2. And maybe it is just Naya Midrange, something like that. However, another Thunderherd is quite nice indeed. We didn't see any removal from him. Actually, I'll just reveal Realmwalker. I think I might go with Realmwalker coming up. However, I probably do need another mountain just with the Rampaging Raptors being double red. I definitely need more red than I usually do. Oh yes, yes, Heaven. I've watched Primal before. That would be a kind of good watch along. I forget which one of you guys suggested I do some sort of watch along, but Primal. Yeah, man, that Primal is not a show I can watch with my daughter. That's for sure. Probably has to be Thunderherd Migration just to, you know, get to 4 lands. Hopefully 5 next turn. We'll see. At the very least, Rampaging Raptor gets some nice aggression. Hopefully they don't... Oh, they don't have too many lands. This is good. Rampaging is going to be very nice indeed. I'll just slap it down, start bringing the pain, and hope for the best. Maybe slap down another Rampaging. Oh yes, yes. Games are always fun, win or lose. I have a good time. Of course, more and more of you join as you find me, so that is definitely the best part of this. I would always be doing this, win or lose, so tweaking things, taking your guys' suggestions, whatever it is. Pushing everything to the limit and trying to do the best possible. Always room for improvement. Yeah. Maybe I should have a little blurb, something that pops up on the screen. A little bit of music or something. A little bit rough at this point. It's looking like 5-color Omnath, perhaps. Definitely not elementals, because we're seeing a bunch of other stuff. I'll just we'll slap down this. So 5. Yeah. I'll just hit him with it. Probably dead next turn. Going to be rough either way. Definitely a little bit rough seeing 3 Realmwalkers. Yeah. Oh, it's been very fun. 5 waves. We got at 9. That's okay. Not the end of the world. Oh, yes. They put it. Okay. That does it. Exactly lethal as it is right there, unfortunately. Nothing much you can do. Possibly Magmatic Chasm could come into nice effect here, but I don't think they have too many creatures, and the creatures they have are pretty weak, so don't really need to worry about going up against them, perhaps. Oh, yes, instantly. I love it. Bunch of lands, something for 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Maybe mix in a Huntmaster or a Marauding Raptor somewhere there. Hopefully coming up. Okay, we'll certainly have enough lands at this point. Definitely because the curve is a whole lot lower. Actually, it's going to be shifting Ceratops. So be at 4 mana next turn. But still grab that mountain to keep the sources of red nice and healthy. Yes, sagas count as enchantments. Enchantments and creatures, so they can be a little bit more fragile. You can remove them quite easily. However, as I was saying, hopefully a Huntmaster, boom. This and Cindermaw, that's where it's at. Realmwalker at any point, but at the very least we got the hasty shifting Ceratops next turn, and plus the Cindermaw being a pretty respectable 4/3 trample. Oh yes, definitely the frillbacks. That would help out quite a bit. Sometimes Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, they also do graveyard reanimation strategies, and that could also be good. You exile the graveyard, you take out Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, and that's pretty good for a single card. Oh, but this is also lovely. You know what, I'll go with Shifting Ceratops, just because I can give it haste with Huntmaster, do a little bit more damage this turn than the damage Rampaging Raptor would have done. But then next turn I would have 3 extra for Rampaging. I can do its ability and still keep attacking with Shifting. So that's going to be nice. I'll have to do something pretty quick because being hit with this as well is not going to be fun. Maybe they have a sweeper or something coming up. Omnath. Not too bad. Shifting Ceratops does fly right past it, which is pretty sweet. Oh, and they got the Fabled Passage. So they're going to be making a ton of mana. After they sacrifice it. The Fabled Passage itself being a land, and then the land they grab that enters. Hopefully it's nothing too scary, but it certainly could be. Golos. Well, that's no fun. Yikes. It's not the end of the world. Rampaging Ferocidon would have been nice to shut off the Lifegain from that land. Keep them at 10 and also ping them for 3, actually. So they would be at 7, which is pretty fantastic. Really putting in the work there. However, let's go with Realmwalker. Let's see what happens. Maybe it's a Galta. Oh, what? As I said it, the Queen appears. So that's what it's got to be. Hopefully that's enough to get the job done, but it might not be. Maybe it is. They need to block with a bunch of stuff to live. It is lethal, so something from them is dying. But hopefully it's a Galta. Boom. She's on top. That was beautiful. Now I just have to hope they can't kill us. Being at 16 feels pretty healthy. They only have one thing left in hand, which is nice. Leyline Binding, unfortunately, taking out the Queen. But they're not killing us this turn, that's for sure. And they can't play Jengatha either, I don't believe. I swear, Pterosaurus, it's not pre-recorded. That's too bad. So you can see right here, if I had a little bit more sources of red, it could be double rampaging. However, like I was saying, I'll still be able to pump it up, do a bunch of damage. That's probably going to be it. I'm attacking with everything. Something will block Huntmaster maybe, but I think stuff won't want to. Well, we'll see. See how their math goes. Oh boy. Rampaging Raptor alone will kill them for 6 when I pump it. And I forgot about the foods. Well, they're not dead yet, but they may very well be next turn. Okay. We should be safe. Sneaky trample, yes, I was wondering about that. But yeah, I'd forgotten about the foods. I don't see most people sacrificing the foods specifically. Usually it's for the cat from the cat oven combo, and yeah. Whew. Got her done. Now that's aggression. Fantastic first example to start tonight. Oh. Alrighty. Man. Yeah, that was some pretty scary ramp though, I must say. It's always rough with Omnath there. When they have a Fabled Passage enter and they get a land, and it's the second land, because the Fabled Passage itself and then the basic land that enters, and they just pop off after that. Oh, you were saying hi to the Leyline Binding. Okay. Yes, definitely. It's something to expect. This doesn't seem, or it didn't seem like a usual 5-color Fires of Invention or Enigmatic Incarnation, but definitely when they have multiple kinds of lands, you should pretty much just assume that Leyline Binding is going to be in there. As long as they have sources of white, but well, they definitely had that. See if you can play something big, do something that might draw out the Leyline Binding, and then perhaps you were saving a bigger beater behind that. But this hand though, woof, I love it. 2 lands in Thunderherd Migration, well there we go, 3 lands in Thunderherd, and facing off against a mono white. Hopefully I can keep the trend going of beating them. It is a little bit unfortunate not being able to play Thunderherd because of Thalia there. Yes, bring to light. Scary stuff indeed. However, do I want Rampaging? It's not going to block the Hopeful Initiate or Thalia. Just kind of do Thunderherd Migration. Realm Walker could do a little bit. I'll just do Thunderherd Migration. Hope for the best, even though it's going to be rough. They definitely got some good stuff. And I wouldn't have even really wanted to block Thalia's. Oh, we're not beating that. We're not beating that. So mono white does what it's supposed to do, unfortunately. You know what? I'll keep it as is. I didn't need Magmatic Chasm to beat mono white, but perhaps it could be nice. Maybe if you're on the play, you bring it in because you get a better chance to build up a bunch of bodies and then Magmatic Chasm, making all their creatures not be able to block. However, the hasty potential of Huntmaster, hit him with the Cindermaw, that does seem pretty good. Yeah. Hopefully they don't have something with 3 power. I think there's a pretty good chance that might not be the case. hopefully a third land, hoping to get to Regisaur, but if it is marauding at some point here, it might be nice to get Realm Walker because we'll have... Oh, well, it's okay. I swear, it's not pre-recorded. My goodness. Hopefully Huntmaster survives. They have a little bit of removal. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh my, wow. We're getting spoiled here, folks. Yes, indeed. I'm going to try for Realm Walker, even if there's not a dino on top that I can play. I still get to go Giant Cindermaw, and this is what I'm talking about. Lots of reduction, play lots of cheap things, and seems to be doing the trick. Getting very fortunate with this start, though, I must say. Another Regisaur Alpha, man, this is... that's looking good. Oh, I love it. Of course, attacking with that Marauding Raptor, being a lovely 6-3. Maybe they double block, but of course I would be super happy with that. I don't think they would. Now that is aggression. That certainly beats mono whites. Look at those lovely bodies. Even just the Realm Walker being a 2-3 could be a pretty reasonable deterrent against some of their aggression. Yeah, you know what, Giant Cindermaw, take out the Hopeful Initiate. Realm Walker as well to take out Recruitment Officer. I've got 3 Regisaur Alphas, and I'm able to play them, so let's just take out as much as possible and smack them and kill them. Thalia's Lieutenant is a 1-1, so the most it could take out is dead. Sammy, how's it going? You joined at the right time. That was fantastic. Phew. Yeah, things are going well. I showed a phone game against Mono White just to start off with, one I had last night, and now I'm facing Mono White again. And hoping the trend does its thing. Of course, game 1, they had fantastic aggression. There's not a whole lot you can do, but you get a couple bodies. Maybe it scares them off of attacking with everything they have. Maybe a couple things they get through because they're powerful enough, but the other smaller stuff, nah, they might just hold it back. Oh, it's a little bit clunky. No super early bodies other than Realm Walker, but the 2 Thunderherd migrations could be quite fantastic. It's worth a try at least. And there, the Giant Cindermaw. I might go with that instead. Just a bigger body than the Realm Walker. Thalia's Lieutenant messing us up again, stopping us from playing that Thunderherd migration on turn 2. That really is quite painful, I must say. Yeah, it's gotta be Giant Sin, I would think. Hopefully block and kill somebody. Or at least scare him off, like I was saying. Top Coat Vanguard is going to be pretty rough, I must say. That is this. Giving humans a control +1/+0 and ward 1. Not that I'm, blocking anything. Mutavault? Yes. I guess the Mutavault. Do I want to take out a land? They have 3, and that's probably enough to get a lot of stuff done, unfortunately, at this point. Let me think. Take out the biggest thing. Yeah, that'll do it. Well, I just had lovely aggression. Oh, it is painful. 100%. However, of course, a sweeper in that instance, I mean, would have done the trick. Something for 3 damage, even 2 damage. A flame sweep I have used to a very good effect against mono white. Perhaps switch it with Magmatic Chasm. However, I can get the job done often enough with the lower curve, the nice aggressive dinos. I think it should be okay. We'll see. We'll keep a sweeper in mind. This hand, though, I wouldn't mind something better. And oh boy, that just got a whole lot better. Send the mountain to the bottom. I got the lands I need. Secluded Courtyard, of course. Boom. Helping out nicely with Rampaging Raptor, but also a source of green. I have at least 1 red from something, you know, just to help out Huntmaster. Hopefully it's not Mono Black Devotion. Oh, good stuff, Sammy. Hopefully the storyboard is going well for you, continues to go well. Hopefully Huntmaster sticks around for the hasty rampaging, but I think it's going to go down to removal. Tends to happen. Hey, a giant Cindermaw is certainly better in this situation than a big, costlier thing. Just getting a body down. Just barf a bunch of bodies and they might not be able to handle everything. They might run out of removal if the stuff is cheap enough. And oh, if you just take out Liliana, Pterosaurus, I bet you've had an experience like this before. Boom. How fantastic is that? I'm probably certain you've done something like that. Man, I can get used to it. Ooh. Pretty sweet, I must say. Yeah, that's exactly what you're talking about. Power word kill. We got bodies. Hopefully getting the 5th land for Regis or Alpha there. Now another thing I'm probably going to try. Domri Anarcho Bolus. Creatures you control get +1/+0. Something that just, you know, increases the power of creatures. Because I have so many, there could be the potential to get some fantastic value there. Then we got the 5th land. Unfortunately had to lose you-know-who. No, I didn't play anything. I'm just going to attack him. Maybe get 1 extra point of damage in. It would flip to, what you call it? The Graveyard Glutton, because I didn't play a spell that turn. Still could have dealt with the 4/4, but they might have drawn removal, of course. Gonna hold off on that Secluded Courtyard. I might draw out another Thoughtseize, and it would be nice to make them take an extra 2. And hope they don't get Shieldred. Oh boy. Shieldred coming up. Aha, there we go. Good stuff. We drew out and made them do something they didn't want to do. Thunderherd Migration, nice stable ramp. Of course, with the lower curve, I'm able to play anything at this point. Realm Walker would be nice. With all the mana I have out now, might be able to chain at least one thing the turn I play Realm Walker. Oh, that's not so good though. Gotta get something at some... Oh, another Castle Garenbreak. Pain. Yeah, maybe it draws out Thoughtseize or who knows what. But definitely not going Thoughtseize coming up here. My goodness, what is going on? Oh, there's the Realm Walker. Castle Garenbreak, yes. Let's change some stuff. Dino on top, Dino on top. Oh, that's not a Dino on top. Nuts. The deck I'm running tonight, a very aggressive, focused one. Inspired by Pterosaurus and inspired by my hate for Selesnya Angels, which I faced last night. Yeah. Twice in one night. Bringing in Rampaging Ferocidon and Giant Cindermaw to, well, help stop that. Just multiple Invoke Despairs is it's not fun. Shelter Ticket, the last ditch effort to get something with haste, I hope. Haste, 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 haste. Let's do it. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll play the Castle Garenbrig, but well, sometimes you just get flooded and there's nothing you can do. Oh, they drew a Regis or Alpha. No, that would have been nice. Something else with haste. Oh, the Graveyard Trespasser will do us in. Yeah, you just get a wee bit unlucky. Yeah, very, very aggressive. Lots of cheaper dinos, hoping to maximize the reduction. And with Realm Walker, chaining the cheap stuff, because there's lots of cheap stuff. Just made it to gold. Good stuff. Good stuff. Nice to hear. However, mono black. I could see myself still going very fast. I don't have a whole lot of creatures, so I might be able to barf a bunch and get the job done. Yeah. Maybe Carnage Taunt? Nah, I'll leave things as is. That certainly was decently unlucky, seeing so many lands after lands. Yeah. Again, 22 in this list, so that's not a crazy amount. That's actually pretty low for a lot of people, but that is a hand that can instantly be kept. 3 lands, 2 things for 2. Yeah, that's definitely where it's at. Hopefully Marauding survives. We'll see what they do if it is a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Don't choose Thunderherd Migration. If they're smart, they'll choose Thunderherd Migration. It's got to be Thunder. Oh, very good stuff. Has to be Karplusan Forest. I almost played that mountain and I wouldn't have been able to do this. But yeah, now we get the Stable Ramp. It's not good. That is what you want. Man, I love Rampaging Raptor. Yeah, they can kill it. Next turn we play another one. Or we play Regisaur because we get to 5 lands. They have to hold up mana pretty much every turn. Graveyard Trespasser. Rampaging Raptor, of course, flying right past that. Being a 4/4 versus the Graveyard Trespasser's 3/3. We'll be killing Liliana. That's not a problem. Definitely Rampaging Raptor, though. Want to keep the hope of Regis or Alpha alive. Boom. Oh, I'm using Rampaging Raptor some more. Goodness. Dead. Oh, that is... Yeah. I'm glad I bought the extended art, a playset of that in paper. Oh, and Regis or Alpha to boot. We're off to the races here, folks. Good luck. Still make the token, which is quite fantastic. Maybe they fail to push it or something. Well, we've got hasty shifting next turn. They gotta take out a few things. Oh, almost messed up there. It almost left us with a mountain, and I wouldn't have had a source of green to give shifting haste. No siree. Man, everything's hasty. I love it. I could see myself, though, maybe switching out Giant Cindermaw, bringing in something different. I think Rampaging Ferocidon is maybe better than Cindermaw just because it can chip away at various stuff. Shifting Ceratops. I hit for a little bit less this turn, but I'm going to hit for more if I can pump it up next turn with its ability. And I could do that twice if I get to 6 lands. Excuse me. They're running out of options. It's Thunderherd Migration, which I can do. Fantastic. For 2, reveal the good old Giant Cindermaw, grab a land, and still play it. I almost played the Cindermaw first, and then I would have only had 2 left over, but I wouldn't have had a dino to reveal, unfortunately. Oh, we're getting flooded. That's not good. I'll leave it in there, just... Oh, I attacked us. I was mousing over the wrong thing, and... Well, it definitely did me in. Nuts. That was not good. Tyvar's stand definitely would do the trick. And that is... The flood is real. Nuts. Yeah, it was like, oh, clicking, going to the end of their turn, but my mouse was just a little bit low, and I attacked instead. Hey, there's Galta. That's not going to do it, unfortunately. Yeah, can't win them all. But you saw the good times. Excuse me. And the potential. And the potential nastiness that can happen with 22 lands and seeing a bunch. Of course, there's variants. You'll see all kinds of wacky stuff if you use anything over and over and over again. You just got to make sure it doesn't color your perception of, oh, this is really bad. I got to change it. Those painful times are not common at all. You might have some back to back in pretty quick succession. But yeah, just keep it in perspective and remember this isn't normally going to happen often. It's just a little pocket of pain. A full playset? I think I have a full playset of basically everything, but I was mentioning there the Rampaging Raptor, the 4/4 trample haste, 2/2 red. Yeah, that's been lovely stuff. Extended Arch Tranquil Throwback. I actually have more than a playset of most stuff, especially ones that I love so much. And I mean, I love this right here. Marauding for 1, Giant Cindermaw. Actually, no, it's going to be Thunderherd Migration. What am I thinking? That will be better. I do have 80. I might have 90 copies of Marauding Raptor. Yes, I got most of the new cards in paper Pterosaurus, not Ancient Imperiosaur quite yet. I'm not using it all the time, but oh my, okay, they're dead. Watch this. They're just dead. Cindermaw for 1, Regisaur for 3, Realmwalker for 1. Everything's haste and Marauding is getting pumped up. Of course, Realmwalker being a dino makes it bigger. Boom. Oh, this is disgusting. Whew. That's fantastic. But yeah, I think I might have shown it off the last card reveal stream when I was searching for my Castle Garenbriggs. Fortunately, I found them. It took, I think, like 3 hours that stream. Didn't find it, and then the next day, boom. But yeah, I want to say 80 or 90 copies of Marauding Raptor, and they are the list version, so the one you can find in set boosters. It's hard to keep track of, but it has a little Planeswalker symbol, a white Planeswalker symbol right in the bottom left. Yeah, bottom left. Okay, well, that was good. I mean, we can marvel at this fantastic site. I would have been hitting them for 12, 16, 19, 21 damage. Huntmaster would have had to tap for Regisaur, but a one-hit KO. Cindermaw for 1, Realmwalker for 1, Regisaur for 3. You're seeing, I was mentioning, lots of little stuff that can be fully reduced. 1 red for a 4/3 trample haste. Players can't gain life. Technically, it's kind of like a 6/3 because Marauding pinged it. So think of it like 1 red for a 6/3 trample haste that you don't have to sacrifice. That is pretty sweet. But yeah, I think it could be enchantments. We see Keruga. I suspect it's enchantment something. I'm going to bring in Back to Nature just to prepare for that fact. Yeah. Trim Galta. She would be nice, I must say. However, well, we'll confirm our suspicions that yeah, I just love explosiveness potential. I must admit, yeah. Having lots of costly things to start off with, that definitely would not have happened. So perhaps these super cheap dinos, you elevate them and you make beautiful moments like that. Possibility. I almost thought Back to Nature was Thunderherd Migration. I was going to instantly keep it, but I don't think I can work with that. You know what, I'm going to give it a try just because I see Back to Nature, and if it is enchantments, this is going to absolutely devastate them. I at least have Realm Walker on turn 3, and hopefully something for 2 by turn 2. I have 2 chances since I am on the draw, which is something. Could see some other creature for 3. Another land is perfectly fine. Realm Walker, followed by shifting. Just a bunch of lands. Very good stuff. So yeah, this definitely does seem to be 5-color Fires of Invention, Enigmatic Incarnation. See if they use that Leyline Binding on the Realm Walker. If they do, it's not a problem. I got a bunch of fantastic stuff coming up. Okay, good. I don't think they do. They had a source of white and they didn't use it, and they have at least one of every type. It could be Fires of Invention, as should listen to my gut. Enigmatic Incarnation to sacrifice the... well, that is interesting. However, I just have to attack with Realm Walker and Back to Nature. I can't let 2 fires live. Phew. I was worried. I was certainly worried. Hopefully that buys me some time. It certainly slows them down, that's for sure. They're not doing a whole lot. Oh, okay, we got options. Definitely think, yeah, certainly Regisaur Alpha. Use up all the available mana for the turn. Of course, I could have played Rampaging and still attacked with it, but I like the haste of Regisaur. And now you're going to see a potentially Night Hate Class, whatever. We got some good stuff still. But keep in mind, think this top card was a land. Oh no. How do you switch the top card and change it to potentially a creature? You do that with Thunderherd Migration. If you've held off on it, it's kind of like a scry or whatever. You grab a land, you shuffle, and there's a very good chance probably that the new thing that's on top is going to be something that isn't a land. Stomping Ground. Oh, Carthusen. Definitely reveal the Rampaging here and still get to attack with it. Possibly pump it up next turn for 7. If they kill it, hasty shifting. Maybe hasty shifting plus a pumped Rampaging Raptor. 4. Yeah, I could do that. That'd be sweet. Keruga, the Macro Sage. Well, that is a dino. Hit for 5 with shifting, which is quite good. Oh, that's getting pretty close. Hopefully we don't get more flooded than we are, though. Oh boy. I'm glad I kept that hand with Back to Nature. We saved ourselves big time. 100%. They have to do something to oh, they don't. They can't. Well, there you go, folks. That's how you do it. Against 5-color fires. Enigmatic Incarnation. Keruga Fires, whatever you want to call it. It's a mouthful. Yeah. It's happened quite a few times tonight, I must say. just seeing a bunch of lands. Back to Nature is not a very expensive card if you're not using it on Arena or paper. If you don't know about it, hopefully you've seen me use it kind of like that right there. Put in 2 copies in your sideboard and you have at least quite a bit better chance against this specific deck. Yes, heaven. Getting there, getting there. Oh, I know. Pterosaurus. It's I should make a fire one. I guess the boom explosion is a fire. I could have like crackling log fire. Ah, that'd be good. Yeah. Maybe in the Discord I could have a clip emote meme section where everybody provides suggestions, or if you find a clip you want me to use, you know, perhaps that could be a thing. Yeah, I'm definitely loving this aggressive list, I must say. I haven't used Rampaging Raptor probably as much as I should have. I think for the most part, I mentioned it before, Rampaging Raptor probably is better than Shifting Ceratops. Mythic Rare Wildcard is quite fantastic. I have enough to do whatever I want dino related. I have them, but still, if you guys do have some suggestions, I can probably make it happen. No matter how wacky. Or maybe it is just something that I haven't played a whole lot, but you want to see it in action before you sink your wildcards into it. You know, definitely is nice taking out enchantments in 2, not dropping a single game. Sometimes they just pop off, and Back to Nature is the thing. Hopefully I see Selesnya Angels tonight once. But even if just bringing in Giant Cindermaw and Rampaging Ferocidon was enough to scare him away, with the algorithm, I'll take it. Yeah, well, yeah. That is a good point. I guess Rampaging Raptor might be better in general, perhaps. Of course, if this is Azorius Control, Shifting Ceratops is going to be the thing. I still have a play next turn with Rampaging, that's why I'm trying for Marauding here. If it gets countered, I still do a thing, but if it lives, I've got Shifting next turn. Okay, that's alright. But definitely, Shifting helps you against all kinds of stuff. Hopefully this isn't countered. But we got lots of good aggression. Yes, definitely, I must say, if it costs 2, that would be incredibly busted. Big time. Now the question becomes, test the waters with a Rampaging? I'm going to try for that. It might draw out a counter spell that would help Regis or Alpha do its thing. It might draw out the Wandering Emperor. There we go. Just get this out of the way. Now I know they have it. They have one less thing that they got in their hands. The other Rampaging could take out the Wandering Emperor. It could take out... well, it won't take out the Fairy, unfortunately. If I draw a land, I'll probably send the token to the Wandering Emperor. Actually, to the Fairy. Oh, okay, we got... might do something to Rampaging. Can try for Huntmaster plus Rampaging with the cost reduction. Let's go for that. Oh, that didn't pause at all, so maybe they don't have a counter spell, and they don't have removal, it seems, at least for, you know, 1 and a white or something like that. However, I'm going to have to worry about the Fairy. They're getting up there. 6 loyalty. That's not a fun time. Hopefully they play one more thing for 1. They're going to untap 2 lands. They'll have possibly 3. That's going to be difficult. Although it might be good with Shifting, because they can't counter it. Oh, no. We want to potentially give Shifting Trample. Leave that source of green from Karplusan Forest there. Of course, they won't have Ether Gust, that's for sure. . They could have another Wandering Emperor, unfortunately. Oh, they got... Well, sometimes it does happen. Well, I know what I'm bringing in next game. Carnage Taunt, Tyrannix Rex. We're off to the races. Yeah, so at least Rampaging stops the life gain. It's not doing a whole lot at this point. They've got a bunch. They're above what they started at, and they have that nasty Teferi. We could get it done, but I must say, without Carnage and T-Rex, it's probably not going to happen. But you never know. If I can get a nice sneaky win without those big scary dinos that are in the sideboard, that would be pretty good. Oh, the boom on the opponent, Sammy. Yes, I could definitely see that. That'd be pretty good. I'll keep it in mind. Yeah. I'm thinking 2 forests. Just in case I see a bunch of red stuff on the top with the Realm Walker here. Or it could be countered, and that's probably going to be it then. Yeah, I can manipulate it however I want. Possibly. Well, maybe if I do something good, the boom can happen, or I have 2 different booms. If something bad happens to them, you know, I press the one boom that comes off the opponent, or at least I take out the Wandering Emperor. That's something. Maybe able to take out Teferi next turn, but I have to worry about all of the Storm Giants for sure. Sheltered Thicket, I mean... You know what? I'm going to grab that second mountain just to keep the potential of Rampaging Raptor alive. Oh, excuse me. Drinking watermelon sparkling water. Not too bad. Hopefully they don't have another Wandering Emperor. If all goes well, maybe we can see Galta next turn. Don't think so, but Regis or Alpha would be nice. Maybe keep up the pressure, perhaps. We get lucky and they don't have a counter spell for stuff. Or it's another Shifting Ceratops. Well, that's not a Shifting Ceratops. Maybe they have a sensor. I might want the extra 1 to pay for it. Nah, just in case. Let's see. I'd be surprised. Oh, I was going to say I'd be surprised if something didn't happen to it. Interesting. Well, they don't have enough to make Hall of the Storm Giants creature, so maybe I can get some nice damage on Teferi here. Oh, I like it. I like it indeed. They could have another copy of him. Hopefully that's not the case. Seems they just have a bunch of memory diluters. They got 2 in the graveyard. Yeah. Sweeper. That's how it goes. Oh, and they do have another Teferi, but they will only untap 2 things, so Rampaging Raptor would take Teferi down to 1. Although Hall of the Storm Giants would kill us, so there's a valiant effort. Even though I suspected I couldn't do it, I wanted to try. See what would happen. But yes, Carnage Taunt, Tyrannix Rex. I can't add those guys fast enough. My goodness. And I guess possibly Rampaging Ferocidon, maybe Realm Walker. You know what? Realm Walker it is. Rampaging could be nicer than Realm Walker. I gotta cut something somewhere, and sometimes Realm Walker, I must admit, it might not do a whole lot. It might just be this creature that sits there because there are lands on the top, and I'm not able to play a bunch off of it. That though, I would want something for 2. Even though there's 3 lands, a pretty good chance to get to these things. Oh, phew. There we go, good stuff. I'll send Carnage Tyrant to the bottom, just to play it safe. I have to send something, of course, and could potentially see the hasty shifting on turn 3 if I feel safe to go with Huntmaster. But of course, seeing Sheltered Thicket there, the All-Star. It's going to be Thunderherd Migration. Take advantage of this. Get to 4 next turn, possibly get to 5 quite easily for the Regisaur, and we'll be feeling pretty good. Oof, but you know what? I'm going to go with another Thunderherd Migration. Keep revealing the shifting. See if it draws out a counter spell, perhaps. I don't think it will. Then try for Huntmaster. That definitely will get something going. Huntmaster drawing out the counter spell, possibly getting Rampaging Raptor safely this turn coming up, if they've played something, but I don't imagine they will. They don't have Wandering Emperor, which is pretty good. Okay, a connection. I like it. They might have had Censor or some other counter spell, making us pay a little bit extra. I'm just going to go with Rampaging. They see shifting. Let's see what happens. And I can pay an extra 3 for Rampaging's ability. Maybe they got that Wandering Emperor again. Maybe they were thinking I had protection. I don't. Okay. So we know they don't have Wandering Emperor. That is a big positive. Absolutely. Oh, and Carnage Tyrant to boot. I'm just going to go with the hasty shifting. That's going to be very nice. Could have gone with Carnage, but I want to take them as low as possible with this, and hope they don't have Settle the Wreckage. Perhaps they do. We'll see. Oh, I should have listened to my gut. Right as I did that, I'm like, hold shifting back. However, I'm like, get a bunch of lands. And I should have clued into the fact they weren't doing anything to anyone. They were waiting until the opportune moment, and that certainly was. We got a Carnage Tyrant. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But where's that Tyrannix Rex? We're past a quarter of the way through, so I would hope to see one coming up pretty soon. Anytime now. Nice that I still have a basic to grab, although hopefully they don't have another Field of Ruin, because then it will be actual land destruction. It does, Sammy, 100%. It's been quite some time, actually, since I faced Azorius. Now they have enough to make all of the Storm Giants a creature. I'm going to try for Rampaging Raptor. I can power it up. We can take out Teferi. I think all of the Storm Giants is going to trade with Carnage, but Teferi will also go down with this. After I pump it. 6 to them, 6 to him. I like that. Good stuff. Yeah, 2021, maybe, Rampaging Raptor is kind of like Questing Beast They do have similar effects. Hopefully they don't bounce Rampaging. Seems like they have something that can do something to it though. They would have bounced him if they didn't have something. I think. Shifting. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh, there we go with the shifting Ceratops for the win. Absolutely lovely, I think. And I got so much mana I can supercharge Rampage. Oh, that's beautiful. I had a lot of things I could have drawn. Shifting would have done it. Tyrannosaurus Rex would have done it. That's a pretty good chance to see the super finisher. Again, maybe they had something for Rampaging Raptor. I feel they probably did, but after I dropped shifting, it certainly was lights out. Hopefully things go a little bit smoother. At least, hey, I confirmed they have settled the wreckage. That's good. At least I know to play it extra safe. Listen to my gut, like I should have. Now they're definitely scared. Oh. It's not the craziest super fast hand, but a lot of stuff for 2. Of course, Thunderherd Migration. Hopefully, going off here. I imagine they'll have 2 up. Yeah. They got a counter spell. Or they foretold saw it coming, or Doomscar. So Sammy, yes, if it is Doomscar, it's definitely like 2021. Well, certainly play it safe with the lands. You can't Supreme Verdict a basic. You can't Fatal Push a basic. Do need a little bit more sources of red if I want to go double Marauding Raptor coming up here. I might. Want to foretell something else. They only have 1 source of white, which is very good for us. Doomscar, destroy all creatures, requires 2 white. Supreme Verdict takes 2 white. Wandering Emperor takes 2. Oh. They just made a 4. Huh. I guess that's alright. I'll go with Marauding this turn. I expect one of them is going to go down. Even if they don't, it could still be pretty interesting next turn, but yeah. Should be good. Yeah, that 4/4 Angel is going to be problematic. Oh, phew. Okay. Now we got a lot of options. Carnage Tarnt definitely is what I'm doing. Yes, please. If that doesn't draw out a sweeper, I don't know what will. Pressure with Marauding, they can trade with Angel quite nicely. Maybe one goes down to Wandering Emperor, one goes down to the token. Okay. Sweeper coming up. Maybe not. Either way, we got the hasty Rampaging Raptor if they do sweep us here. It's got to be something good. Settle wreckage. If I get a 5th land next turn, that means Regis or Alpha. I don't know why they're saying oops. They're saying oops because I don't know. Oops because they have Supreme Verdict, perhaps. Their guess is as good as mine. Settle. Okay. Well, they feel pretty safe. That's okay. Maybe I could have attacked with one Marauding just to get it dead. The life gain from Lyra Dawnbringer, though, is going to be pretty problematic, I must say. Can't do a whole lot with that. Just first strike, and that's not fun. Well, I'll attack with one just to get it dead. Guess not. Well, can't win them all, unfortunately. Yeah, Angels. Pretty fantastic. Nuts. Yeah. That was alright. Selesnya Angels coming up, though. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see that life gain hate in action. Actually, what time is it? When did I start? I forgot. Well, we're getting there. A few more matches coming up. It'll be fantastic. Oh, I see concurrent viewers got to 13. Love it. I love this hand, too. Going to be some wackiness with Gyruda, Doom of Depths. Still mill cards. Put a creature with an even mana value onto the battlefield. They chain a lot of painful stuff. I think we could get some things done. Although they got the ramp, they got a lot of what they're looking for. Does have to be Carplucent Forest this turn. I need that source of red for Huntmaster and then Secluded Courtyard coming up. If I can get a Rampaging Ferocidon with this Gyruda deck, they barf a lot of creatures in one turn, so Rampaging Ferocidon potentially could ping them quite a bit and cause a lot of pain. However, we're going to be pretty explosive here, I must say. With the Marauding and Giant Sin. Unfortunately, I couldn't go Rampaging Ferocidon, but this is still pretty good. Next turn, lovely. If we're not dead, they will have 5. They can go with that. Cross your fingers. It doesn't get bad. Hopefully they only get one thing. Oh boy, they're chaining it. Okay, I like it. Phew, this game feels like 2020, Sammy. Yeah, but certainly. Venusaur Alpha. Super duper aggressive. That's where it's at. Followed by the good old Marauding. Get as many bodies, attack with as much stuff, do as much damage as humanly possible. See what happens. Galta would have been lovely right there, of course, but there is only 2 copies of her. Alright. Hopefully they don't have anything to copy that. Maybe they just have removal or something. Alright, we might have bought ourselves some time. We only have 3 mana left. Ossification is not going to do it. Oh, what was I saying? There is Galta. And there is Rampaging Raptor. Boom. Dead. Well, powering up the Maraudings, but still. Get them. Okay, so don't have anything really specific against this deck, just because of what Gyruda does. Each player milling 4 cards. They put a creature with an even mana value from among the milled cards onto the battlefield. So among the 8 total milled cards, usually there's something even. They have a lot of shapeshifters when they enter. They enter as a copy, so it would enter as a copy of this. Then it would do their thing and just keep chaining it, usually. We got fortunate there, I must say. Magmatic Chasm, potentially. They probably have a lot of stuff on the ground. If they popped off and we have a bunch of stuff, it might be just enough to punch through and get the job done. However, I feel pretty safe. They don't have a whole lot of removal. I might be able to just get my thing going and get Rampaging Ferocidon. Get it early enough and they might ping themselves to death. They might not want any creatures to enter the battlefield. This hand though, I mean, it's pretty slow, but they won't be interacting a whole lot, like I say. They'll do their own thing. And it certainly could be a lot worse, and it certainly is nice seeing that rampaging. Something for 2. Oof, nuts. And I will add another nut there. I've been dragging my feet. Maybe tonight I'm going to add the second one. Another acorn, a peanut, a walnut. I like walnuts. Very good for you. Charming Prince is going to be rough if and when it does bounce Gyruda here. Yeah. Well, I think we got a good chance though. Could they do their stuff next turn? Not quite. They only have 4 mana. They might get to 5, which is alright. Just Giant Cindermon. I don't think I need Rampaging Ferocidon quite yet, so I might as well not take extra damage I don't have to if I wait to play it and play a bunch of other stuff instead beforehand. Well, they're getting it next turn, so Rampaging Ferocidon has to happen. Hopefully it pings them enough. Oh, but the Huntmaster, I must say, is beautiful. We're at 4. This for 2, Rampaging for 2, and possibly Gulta next turn if they haven't done a lot of things. But I'll leave it as is. Maybe could have attacked with the Giant Cindermaw, but the Solemn Simulacrum dying would have got them a basic land, and that might not have been good. Huntmaster, interesting. Well, I guess I didn't account for the 3 of the companion cost they have to pay for Gyruda there. Yes. Castle Garenbrig for 6, shifting for 4, Gulta for 2. That's where it's at. That's what you want to be doing. Beautiful. Keep back that Rampaging for sure. Alright, hopefully it doesn't get too nasty. Yikes. They can only have 14 things enter the battlefield. Of course, that might be enough. Oh my goodness, they did not get it. That was pretty sweet. Just another shifting. I can give it haste, I can give it trample, all that lovely stuff. I can give, not quite both of them, trample. Could have done it if I used Castle Garenbrig, but hey, that's alright. I think. Sneaky trample might help us win here. Maybe. Of course, Rampaging Ferocidon connects quite nicely. They'll lose a bunch of creatures. They might be so low. If they don't take out Rampaging, they can't have any creatures enter the battlefield. They might be at 1 or 2. I think we still got him though. 2 things are definitely not blocking Rampaging. Up between a rock and a hard place. Gyruda can't block shifting, which is quite nice, so we do save ourselves there a little bit. Okay, interesting. Well, they'll get there at some point. Kind of like the mono-white humans match I had. Calculating how I could just get to 1 life, then I play shifting the following turn and boom, dead. Get there, get there. Good stuff. Beautiful. Trample from Shifting Ceratops. Does it once again. Love it. Okay, let's see if I can maybe get revenge against Azorius Control. See how long the match takes, but might be the last one of the night. Yeah, that's good. A lot of different stuff, I must say. It certainly feels quite a bit different than Platinum. People trying pretty hard, at least a decent bit harder to get into Mythic. Then, of course, when you get to Mythic, it gets really wacky because you can't drop out, which I think would be a nice change. Something like that. You get to 80% and then you drop out of Mythic. Whatever it is. The only thing you can drop out of just to keep it super duper competitive all the time. Yes, the best comeback. Yeah, okay. It's got to happen at least a few times a night. Nuts. Was a little bit glitchy there. That was weird. I don't know if you guys are seeing that. You know what? I'll send Regisaur to the bottom. I want to keep all the lands, but if it is Angels, I want to keep Cindermaw. Got a turn 2 play and a turn 3 play with Realmwalker there. Of course, it's got to be Thunderherd Migration, which that's pretty nice. Filtered Thicket can be the land for the turn next turn. And it does appear to be Azorius Control once again. Let's take him down. Sensor, probably Sensor or something like that. So I'm going to try for the Realmwalker. Good stuff. Hopefully I at least get to play something off the top. Get a little bit of benefit from it. Plenty of lands though. We'll be able to play anything we draw. Oh, Cindermaw. My goodness. I'm going to go with Secluded Courtyard. I'm going to use the extra 2 for Sheltered Thicket to get something different off the top at the end of the opponent's turn, of course. So they got an Edding Juggle. Sheltered Thicket it is. It's nice seeing Huntmaster coming up, able to chain the Cindermaws. I can go Huntmaster, Cindermaw. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, I must say, but maybe just one Cindermaw. Just to get some things going. Especially if there's a sweeper next turn. And certainly because I can't attack with either Cindermon that I play. Oof, hey, at least they're not gaining 2 life. They have a sweeper next turn. Hard to say. I'll keep that Cindermon back. Having it out doesn't do a whole lot. I'd still get to attack with it next turn due to Huntmaster's haste, and Galt, of course, would be lovely. If they have a counter spell that wants me to pay extra, of course I'd have it. Oh, interesting. Well, that is nice. Because we still get to take out Teferi with... Oh, I can do both of them. I like that. I think they don't have a sweeper. I have a sneaky suspicion that is not the case. Teferi gone. Good stuff. I think I'll just choose maximum aggression instead. Definitely going to think about Domri, Anarchabolus. Ramp, power, removal. A fantastic package. Yes. It happens. Hopefully there's no second Teferi coming up. Oh, I jinxed myself. Not exactly. At least I got Giant Cindermon. Chances are something is going to happen to it, but I do have a body. Ready and waiting. That's alright. Of course, Huntmaster not going to do a whole lot. Might as well smack him for 1. Keep Teferi as low as possible. And cry. Definitely cry. Missing Tyrannix Rex. But maybe I can find a balance I love. Certainly I do advocate for as big a sample size as possible whenever you're making changes or doing something. But perhaps I can mix in aggressive stuff and Tyrannix Rex to start a little big, a little fast. It is going to be an uphill battle, though, that's for sure, with what we got going on. We got something down. Probably it at this point for sure, but we'll see what we get. Then we'll try for it. Test the waters and hope it lands. Nuts. At least they didn't gain a whole lot of life. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's definitely not happening. Nuts. You can imagine in that scenario. I mean, the aggro stuff is good, but if it goes long, it's kind of rough. You'd be able to play the bigger thing anyways with the lands that you have, and yeah, Tyrannix Rex, Carnage Tyrant, Trim the Cindermon, and the Realm Walker. Oh yes, 100% Domri. I mean, maybe I just cut Realm Walker. It can be a little hit or miss for sure. I think it seems like a pretty good idea with all the cheap dinos, but Domri just overall. Increase the power, remove stuff, protect against counter spells. Maybe it would be more useful for this particular variation. Oh, yeah, keeping that. Big time. Huntmaster, Hasty Rampaging Ferocidon, not doing a crazy amount, but at least seeing 2 Carnage Tyrants is nice. 3 lands, plus the reduction. I think we'll get there. 2 Rampaging Ferocidons. That is pretty cool, though. Maybe not. Portable hole. Something. March of Otherworldly Light. Getting rid of a Teferi. That is very nice indeed. We just get a Rampaging this turn, a Rampaging next turn, and that's going to do a decent bit of chipping away. Stopping a little bit of life gain that they have. I'm just going to play both. It's only going to go downhill, and if they don't have a sweeper, it's going to be very nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. They only have 3. Now I can go with Carnage Taunt. Just lock it up if that's how it is. Maybe this does the trick. We'll see. Power up Marauding Raptor at the very least. I might not have even been able to play one of the Carnage Taunts coming around next turn if I was super worried about a sweeper. Okay, so I could have played. That's alright. That's alright. Getting into the range of Tyrannix Rex almost as well. Hopefully it's not back-to-back sweepers. Oh, okay. Then they're going to run out at some point here. Oh, but it is the fantastic Rampaging Raptor, so yes, definitely the haste is feeling good with that one. They don't have Wandering Emperor. They would have done that pretty soon. They would have done that right away. Or they have it. And oh, there's Tyrannix Rex. I suspect one of these would have been a Castle Garenbrig. We would have been able to do that. Try for Rampaging. There it is. Let's see Tyrannix Rex. Next turn, a land. Cross your fingers. Put him to sleep. Nuts. T-Rex. T-Rex. Oh. They're mostly tapped out, so that means they definitely can't target Tyrannix. It's a land. It's all over. Unless they have Settled the Wreckage, of course. They will have untapped 2 lands here. T-Rex. T-Rex. Oh, boy. Nuts. That darn Castle Garenbrig. That would have been sweet. None of these lands would have been Castle Garenbrig. Potentially the mountain could have been, because I'm using more than one. So maybe that was the second or third mountain that would have maybe been the 4th Castle Garenbrig mixed in there. Possibly. Yeah, maybe we can still make it happen. Although they untap 2 lands, and that's still plenty to do. Oh my goodness. Rough stuff. Rough stuff indeed. We're not dead yet. You never know. Not a land. You can do it. Okay, we got it. We got it. The first one is online. Go time. Go time. I bet they're going to be able to target it. I would be surprised if that wasn't the case. I don't have enough. Good. Oops. Oh, no, they do. What am I thinking? I thought they played it for 4 and they'd only have... The next one. Next one. We'll get them next one. Actually, no, we're just dead to all of the storm giants, unfortunately. Yeah. Can't get them every time, but we will get there. I have a sneaky suspicion this is the time for Mythic this month. Yeah. Good stuff overall. I'll leave it there for tonight. That's pretty fantastic. A lot of wide range of stuff. However, facing 2 Azorius Control. Now, watch me trim a little bit of the Lifegain hating dinos and then face Selesnya Angels. That's in the sideboard. You can't win. You just want to try and do the best thing you can in game 1 and adapt as needed. Alright, that was fantastic. Pterosaurus, Cut, Sammy, Heaven, 5 ways. 5 ways and Alan especially. Thanks for subscribing, getting the membership on Buy Me a Coffee. Love it. Alrighty. Peace. Have a good one. Have a good rest of your time zone, wherever it is you are watching, whenever it is, and hope to see you tomorrow. Night. Or morning. Alright, Heaven. I'll keep that in mind. Yes.